We're back at Target Center getting ready for game number 4, championship game 4A, and a lot of buzz about this one. A lot of buzz for folks wondering about Osseo, Leah, and what kind of squad they bring in here, because we all know about Hopkins.
Yeah, everyone knows about Hopkins, the defending champs, but Osseo comes in here ready to knock them out. They're a good team, but for Hopkins, they start with Nia Coffey, and she is arguably the most athletic player you'll see on the court. She's long, she's strong, and she intimidates inside. Incredible pressure D. But for Osseo, it's Olivia Antilla. She has played great in this tournament, 20 and 17. She's a floor leader. She knows this game well, and her coach says she gets everyone else going.
Tonight's key matchups brought to you by AAA Minneapolis. Great savings, peace of mind, all from your AAA.
Blaze orange of Osseo ready to rock against the royal blue of Hopkins here in the Class 4A state championship game. First off, joined by Jenny Johnson and Marissa Layton. Jenny, what can you tell us about those Orioles hoping to knock off the defending state champs?
Well, you know, they have their work cut out for them, but really look for Michaela Bailey and Janae Morton. They're very important because they have to handle that pressure that Hopkins brings.
And Marissa, Hopkins wants to make it back-to-back. How do they do it?
It's all about the Coffey sisters. You heard Leah talk a little bit about Nia in the first and before the game, but there's also Sydney as well. So look for those two sisters to lead the way for Hopkins.
Let's show you how they got here. Hopkins in the semifinal knocked off Eastview. Hopkins had a pretty easy time of most of their games this year. Eastview hung in for a while, but Hopkins too strong late. Marissa.
You see a highlight there, Sydney hitting the three-pointer, Nia taking that left-handed layup all the way in. They're really, really strong.
Jenny, Osseo was better than Edina by 57-47 score in their semifinal.
Well, you see Phyllis Webb here. She's extremely strong. But this is Michaela Bailey. She's got to do this today or tonight against Hopkins.
Where's the pressure on Hopkins? I mean, you're the defending champs. Everybody expects you to win. Is there pressure for them?
There's pressure on Hopkins. And, you know, I think they actually put a lot of the pressure on themselves. Right away at the beginning of the season, I think they made it their goal to get back to this game.
What's the number one thing Osseo has to do if they're going to shock the state and win this game, Jenny?
They have to take care of the basketball and utilize each possession.
All right, Osseo, Hopkins, the final game of the basketball season for the girls here in the state of Minnesota. We will crown a champion. Will it be Osseo? Will it be Hopkins? Let's meet the teams with public address announcer David Giles.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the Target Center and to the 2012 Minnesota State High School Girls Basketball Tournament. This is the Class 4A state championship game, and it features the Section 6 champion with a record of 30-1, the Royals from Hopkins High School. And the Section 5 champion with a record of 26-5, the Orioles from Osseo High School. Let's meet the starting lineups for this championship game. They will be introduced alternately, starting with Hopkins. At forward, a 6'1" junior, number 10, Nia Coffey. At forward for Osseo, a 5'10" junior, number 21, Phyllis Webb. At center for the Royals, a 6'2" senior, number 45, Gracia Hudson. At center for the Orioles, a 5'10" senior, number 52, Olivia Antilla. At guard for Hopkins, a 5'7" junior, number 5, Taylor Anderson. At guard for Osseo, a 5'7" senior, number 12, Colleen McCullough. At guard for the Royals, a 5'9" freshman, number 22, T.T. Starks. At guard for the Orioles, a 5'9" junior, number 13, Janae Morton. At guard for Hopkins, a 6-foot senior, number 33, Sydney Coffey. And at guard for Osseo, a 5-foot 9-inch senior, number 24, Michaela Bailey. The head coach of the Hopkins Royals is Brian Cosgriff. The head coach of the Osseo Orioles is Joey Waters. The officials for the Class 4A championship game are MJ Wagonson of Pine Island, Ron Alston of Rochester, and Chris Baxter of Holly. For this game, Hopkins will be the visiting team. Osseo will be the home team for the Class 4A state championship. Let's play basketball.
Let's check out tonight's game plan. Being brought to you by Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Check in with Leah.
And for Hopkins, they have to set the tone. When you're the defending champs, you get to do that in defensive pressure. They do it better than anybody else. For Osseo, composure. You can do this. You know you deserve to be here. And establish until, I think right away, you need to show that she can be a presence in this game and make them adjust to her.
Hopkins Royals average 70 points a game. Osseo averages 61. Hopkins allows 41.5. Osseo allows 49. Ready to go at it right here in the center circle. Nia Coffey and Phyllis Webb. And that'll be a redo.
Let's do that one over.
Like in school, grade school. Redo. One more time. Osseo will run it down. And Janae Morton will start the offense. Whoa, long pass to Antilla, who balances there. Like one of the flying Walendas to keep that ball inside the playing area. Antilla had a huge game last semifinal game she was in. Actually, she's had 2 great tournament games.
She really has. She's picked up her game in the postseason, actually.
Here's the U of M recruit right to the basket. Bailey won't go. Out of bounds. Off Hopkins.
Here's the one thing you always see when Hopkins puts all this pressure on is people starting to rush it. You just need to just take your time. I mean, obviously you have to have good passes and work it, but you just don't want to force it.
Webb shot partially blocked out there, and hauling it down will be Hopkins. Here come the Royals. TT starts. Floor leader out there. Feeds it off to Taylor Anderson. She's a 5'7" junior. Gives you about 8 points a game.
Yeah, I really liked watching her in the semifinals. She's just quick, sharp, really smart.
Sydney Coffey off to Anderson, picked up a step there. Traveling turnover against Hopkins. No score, about 55 seconds into this state 4A title game. The final one of 4 on this St. Patrick's Day. Downtown Minneapolis had a parade here not too long ago this evening. Streets are filled. And a lot of those people coming into the Target Center to see this basketball game. Osseo Orioles out of the Northwest Suburban Conference. Webb, good look from the outside, too hard. Antilla, strong under the boards. Back out to Bailey.
And that's what Antilla really brings to this team, a strong inside presence who can pull out.
And she heard you, so she's going to tell you, hey, Leah, I can shoot from the outside, too. 3-0 Osseo. Anderson down in a hurry. Starks, wing, Anderson, point. Sydney Coffey. Starks, the freshman. Oh, she's impressive for a 9th grader. And there's a whistle and a foul away from the ball, and it is against Hopkins. Gracia Hudson.
Yeah, Joey Waters told me before the game she just wants her team to play with confidence. She said our team is so good, and I feel like people haven't given us that respect this year.
Colleen McCullough. That's Antilla underneath, drives the lane.
Wow.
Olivia has 5.
The 5'10" senior Olivia Antilla came to play. She is ready.
She came to the state tournament prepared, didn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. She has looked fantastic.
Cross-court pass for the Royals, won't go. Rebound is loose. Osseo has it. They got a fast break. Webb's going to take it herself. One-on-one against Coffey, and that was enough to cause that ball to go off course. It's going to sail out of bounds. Closed captioning brought to you tonight by Education Minnesota, the state's educators union, providing students with the skills they need to compete in the 21st century. There's Olivia. Good look at her. Taylor Anderson will bring the ball down for Hopkins. Starks in the wing. Hudson, the alley-oop underneath the Coffey. That's a nice play, but they just can't get it to go.
Yeah, you usually don't see Nia Coffey miss that shot. So athletic. She can get up and get that little alley-oop pass.
Shot blocked by Coffey. Nia reaches out, which she does so many times. Looks like she's not near the offensive player. She just gets down there and makes the block. Hudson, strong board underneath, draws the foul. The Vermont, well, she will be a Vermont player next year. That's where she's going. Joey Waters now having a chat with Colleen McCullough. Well, I don't know if anybody here in this tournament has had great success on free throws.
And I forgot I was going to loosen up the screws to try to get the rims a little bit looser, but they have been tight in this tournament.
Timeout. Hopkins is on the board. 5-1. Osseo with the early lead here in the state 4A title game. Championship Saturday on 45. WeSave.com.
Back at the Target Center, Osseo in front of defending champion Hopkins 5-1 right now. And Osseo junior Phyllis Webb, who will play a key role in tonight's title game, had a little adversity to overcome her freshman season. Webb, as a varsity player, had a stress fracture in her foot that kept her out the entire year, but it allowed her to learn. And I talked to her head coach, Joey Waters. She told me she studied the playbook like a coach, sat right next to the coaches on the bench, and she feels it strongly. It is contributed to her success today. She developed into a Division I talent, and I asked her coach to sum her up, and she said, game changer, Dave.
She looks like she's in awesome shape. And her team just got a 3 from Janae Morton.
And in talking to Brian Cosgriff before the game, he said the two players he's really worried about is Phyllis Webb and Janae Morton. So they are tough.
Soft touch. The follow through is so pretty from Nia Coffey. 8-4. Osseo loses that ball just right off of Webb's hands. Sydney Coffey right to the basket. And suddenly it's 8-6.
Coffey sisters getting busy right away.
Morton with the basketball now. Let's see if she tries to dribble through this a little bit. Guarded by T.T. Starks, looking forward to a trap over there and smart enough to anticipate. McCullough, nice pass, sharp passes, and the layup is up and in by Phyllis Webb.
Well, that's a really nice looking basketball. Great way to break a press, passing the ball up.
Starks to the hoop. Ball is kicked. That's why the whistle sounded. McCullough comes out. And Jill View comes in. Drive. Starks is fouled on the way in.
This is where Osseo's going to have to be a little bit careful, is just getting chippy fouls early in this game.
So with the ball, the Royals, the defending state champs, and right inside, and a nice easy layup for Gracia Hudson. Well, they're getting a balanced attack to start this game. Here comes Michaela Bailey, who will play at the U of N next year. Bailey, good ball handler, driving, and a whistle and a push on the way in. That fall is on TT Starks.
Nice composure by Osseo, getting the ball to the half court. If they can get into the half court and then set up, they'll be fine.
Webb is out. Port is in. Bailey will inbound the basketball for Osseo. Looking low. Trying to get it down underneath. Ball kicked out by the defensive pressure of the Royals. There's a good shot of Brian. Heck of a coach. Bailey. That long three. Rebounded by Coffey. Look at him push it up. They got a 3-on-2. Here comes Nia. Left side against Antilla. Got the shot off through the fall.
Wow, is she lightning quick? I mean, she gets down court in about 3 strides.
Going to Northwestern. She committed to Northwestern. Nia's a junior. Sydney's a senior. She's off to Marist next year. Michaela Shackelford, we should mention her too, Leah. She's not even dressed because she got an injury.
Yeah, she has an ACL injury, I believe.
But she is going to Wisconsin, Green Bay. Nia Coffey with the free throw. 2 of 3 now for Hopkins in the game. Osseo has yet to shoot one. One more time for the left-hander. That one's a little too hard. And a rebound hauled down by the Royals. Mariah Livingston in the ball game, but now we'll go back to Osseo. Hopkins by a point. Just started this a few minutes ago. It is fast right now.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Osseo needs to take advantage of any unforced turnover by Hopkins.
Bailey to Webb. Just kicking around. Bailey, the long three for Michaela is right on the money. 13-11 Osseo.
That's who Jen Johnson was talking about at the top of the game. She could be huge.
Livingston. This is one balanced score sheet all of a sudden. Look at that move. Webb to the hoop. The left-handed runner not going to go. Coffey, board. And look at her racing down the left side. Blocked by Bailey. Michaela will pick up the foul.
A big, big three-pointer by Osseo.
Timeout. Hey, tournament fans, you can log on down to prep45.com to order this or any of your favorite games. Make the memories of your favorite athlete last a lifetime with your own DVD copy of the Minnesota State High School Tournaments presented by Channel 45 and Grand Stadium. Your school plays here on 45. The bird is here. Not Mark Friedrich. That is the Oriole.
The question is the banana still here?
Well, I've had it really disgusted with people who stopped respecting the banana. Really disappointing. He had to hold up his own sign that said respect the banana. And
oh, that's classic.
Nia Coffey, three-pointer is off. Rebound on a scramble for it. Who touched it last? Hopkins. Phyllis Webb gets up. There's Joey Waters. Had a great smile on her face for the introductions, watching her kids celebrate out there when they got introduced.
She's really enjoying her time here. And, well, who wouldn't? But she's just been a great coach and really fun to talk to before the games.
Look at Webb handle that basketball. Now Anderson picks up the loose ball. Saad shot through there like a missile.
The track star steals it, lays it in.
And that one goes out of bounds. This is what they'll do to you. They rattle you. 15-13 Hopkins.
There's Papa Bear. Richard Coffey, former Gopher, former Timberwolf player. 2 daughters on this Hopkins team, and it sounds like we're going to be hearing a lot of him during the game.
Nia Coffey will run down and inbound the ball underneath the basket for Hopkins, who's taken a 15-13 lead. Alley-oop to Hudson. Back out on top. This is Sydney Coffey. Right to the lane, and there's a foul. And a very painful one, too. That was a heavy-duty collision down there. And who is the foul on? It is going to be on Osseo.
And that's a good call. So you got to get yourself in front of the dribbler's path. Get your feet set, and then try to take the charge.
2 of 3 from the line. Or 3 of 4 rather right now. 3 of 5 for Hopkins. And boy, that's smooth. Sydney hits both of them. Substitution coming in. Colleen McCullough will come back in. Jill View will go out. 17-13. Hopkins with the lead and Osseo with the ball. Bailey has it, and here comes that Hopkins pressure, and they throw it away again. Hudson picks it off this time. Livingston off to Coffey. This is Anderson. Nia Coffey going to go right to the elbow and take that jumper.
And it's a swish. Boy, that's a nice looking shot from the 6'1" junior.
19-13 now suddenly. Hopkins with the lead until it traveled.
Just a little bit hesitant when she thought about it.
Timeout on the court. Hopkins has come storming strong here in the last couple minutes. A 6-point lead in this first half.
Eden Prairie and who else but Hopkins. Very familiar faces, the Coffey girls. That was Nia. There's Sydney stealing the ball, going coast to coast. They had 18 and 12. The Coffey girls as Hopkins picks up the 67-45 victory over Eden Prairie.
You know, I remember about that game at halftime, if I remember right, 22-22 with Eden Prairie. That we're going to have some kind of second half, and then they just turned it up a notch.
Yeah, they certainly did. Chris Carr does a nice job with that Eden Prairie team. But Jackie Johnson, who's headed to the U of M, and Mulaney.
A lot of effort down there. A lot of work for TT Starks. And it will send her to the free throw line. Some free throws.
Now, Joey Waters told me before the game that Phyllis Webb and Janae Morton are getting lots of D1 looks.
Yeah, I would think so. Starks at the free throw line. She's just a freshman, by the way. Doesn't play like it.
And we've seen a lot of good young players in this tournament.
Nia Coffey already with 3 blocks in the game. Either one is going to go. Osseo with the board. Phyllis Webb looking at a trap here. Needs some help, and there's a dangerous pass. Three-pointer is off by Osseo. Boy, once you get past that half line, you feel a little better, but it's tough getting past it. Even when you catch the ball, as the case here, sometimes you drop it. You're so much in a hurry to look down the court and see if you can get it to somebody. And they just intimidate the heck out of it.
Yeah, that's really what it is, intimidation.
Look at Anderson. No stopping her, and she draws the foul on the drive.
That's the thing about this Hopkins team. They have so many options, and I like Taylor Anderson, the way she plays this game. Look how she goes coast to coast. Drives to the basket. One thing that's been interesting in this tournament, Dave, is most of the girls have taken their three-point shots from the NBA three-point line. And sometimes I wonder if they know, because it's confusing, because both of them are marked on this court, which is which. Impressively enough, there's been a lot of NBA three-pointers made.
Out of bounds off Osseo.
Like, there it is. You have both of the courts marked for both, because obviously this is the floor of the Wolves. And the high school girls have taken it over this week, and the high school boys will take it over next week.
10-0 run right now for Hopkins. Wide open look for Coffey. Perfect. Suddenly it's 24-13 after Osseo stormed out with that early lead. Nia Coffey with a steal. Running down court, missed it, got fouled. Underneath. She'll go to the free throw line.
Well, she goes down the court so fast and so hard. It's a little nerve-wracking watching her get hit underneath.
Colleen McCullough with a foul. There's Joey Waters. And 6 points in the game for Nia.
One of the reasons Nia Coffey, or the main reason she wanted to go to Northwestern, is because she wants to be an engineer major. And that would be the school to go to.
One more time for Nia. 26-13. Boy, they just took control suddenly of this game.
And that's just kind of how Hopkins does it.
And now Osseo throws it away again.
And that's what their defense does to you. They get you doing things that are very uncharacteristic of how you usually play the game, because you're forcing things and you're trying to do things in a different way.
Anderson gets past her defender so fast. And then has a wide open T.T. Starks, who missed it. But the shot put up and in, and another foul, sending Erin O'Toole to the free throw line, who's on her way to North Dakota next year. A little wearing of the green next year.
Yeah, very nice. That's a great school for her. I think she'll be a great fit there.
She's 6'3".
And she is strong.
Timeout. Hopkins just exploding all of a sudden. 28-13. Taking the lead over Osseo with a 15-0 run when they were trailing at one point. Hard to believe. The state 4A championship, last one to be decided on what's been a very busy day today on this 100th anniversary of high school basketball tournaments in Minnesota. Celebrations next weekend with the boys as well. They have a great commemorative program as well that you can pick up when you're here at the tournament, or have somebody bring it home for you. I think you'll get a kick out of reading it. Get the news and weather first every night on 45. Local news at 9 p.m. right here on Channel 45. Your school plays here. Because when you see that program, you'll see the best of girls basketball here next week and the best of boys. And you can sit and argue with your buddies or with your friends or whoever about what were the best shots, who were the best players, who were the best coaches. There was a group that got together this summer and made those decisions, and you had a lot of input in that group, Leah.
Yeah, I think it's really fun. That's what's fun about it. Like, who's the best player? Who's the greatest player ever? You know, Janet Carvin and Taylor Hill, they're both great players. But that's what's so fun about it, because, and what people need to remember too, this is for state tournament play. This isn't just overall who are the best players. You had to come to the state tournament and play well in the state tournament, and that's what we're talking about.
Aaron's free throw does not go. A rebound hauled down by Port. And now Janae Morton tries to break up with the ball. Bailey has it on the right side. She's been out for a little bit. Bailey cross-court pass to Antilla. She came out of the gate smoking and hasn't touched the ball a whole lot since that time. And a steal, and then knocked out of bounds. Who's it off of? Osseo.
Can't get a break right now.
Number 21, back in for Osseo.
Taylor Anderson, the junior, will bring the ball up across midcourt. To the free throw line, a little backdoor play. The Coffey sisters. Layup is good by Sydney. (30-13). Osseo. Bailey to Antilla. Antilla's going to take the baseline. She had success right away. High pass to the outside. And the runner in the lane won't go. And then a foul underneath. And let's see who this foul is on. Hopkins, I believe.
Now this is, look what Hopkins does. They set it up so well. High post. Looks, nice pass to Coffey. And this is, they're just running their offense exactly how they run it in practice.
8:45, 30-13. Hopkins on a phenomenal run right here. Olivia Antilla feeds it off to Janae Morton. Morton with a quick strike towards the hoop. Bailey. Io Port. And Anderson, she's all over the place. They want to go to Webb, and they're just not going to get it to her. Anderson is denying the ball. That's Brian Cosgriff over there, the head coach. Done quite a job for this Hopkins girls program.
He certainly has. They always bring in a fundamentally strong team.
Look at that. Just attack that inbound pass. Nia Coffey to Sydney, backs it up. Starks.
Well, there's a break for Osseo. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Yep, turnover. Orioles with the basketball now, and here comes that great pressure. Now they'll drop it back a little bit. As Morton, the 5'9" junior, brings it up. That's Antilla over there. Olivia going low post. That's Io Port. Little give and go. Smart heads up pass, and a really nice move to the bucket by Michaela.
That's really nice looking basketball. That is why Osseo's here. They're capable of just running their offense to a T.
Nia Coffey not afraid to bruise up those knees on that drive to the hoop. Against the pressure, Morton. Anderson just kind of waiting for her to make a move so she can run that trap over there. Morton gets it up against Sydney Coffey. And Janae is going to be fouled by Coffey. Substitutions coming in. Gracia Hudson will come back in, as will Uriah Livingston. Aaron O'Toole will take a little break, and so will Sydney Coffey. Orioles with the ball. Antilla. She can move down court and in a hurry, and that's how she started the game.
Yeah, I would like to see her get more involved in this offense. A few more touches every time down.
She had 5 quick points, and she's still at 5. 32-15 Hopkins. 7:22 to go in this first half. That's the first free throw shot and made by Osseo. 1 of 1 from the line. The senior gets a second one as well. 70% free throw shooter.
Yeah, she does a nice job on the free throw line.
There's Nia Coffey, the 3 on the way. Just missed it. Rebound. Antilla has it. Strips it away from everybody.
Antilla doing it on both ends, getting rebounds, hitting free throws.
Morton. Quanco. McCullough. Antilla against Hudson. And then she just makes a move toward the basket. Coach Cosgriff saying she stepped out of bounds.
I thought it looked like a foul on Hudson.
And that's the call.
She was all over her.
6:52 to go. 32-17. Hopkins with the lead. Aquanto with the ball. McCullough. Antilla. This is Morton, guarded by T.T. Starks. Morton with a quick move to the hoop and a foul on the shot.
And this is good basketball the last couple minutes for Osseo. They're trying to work their way back into this game. They're doing it by getting little rebounds, getting to the free throw line, and involving Antilla and Morton into the offense more. They need to be more aggressive.
Janae Morton at the free throw line, 69% free throw shooter through the course of the year. 32-17 Hopkins on a run over the last 10 minutes. And timeout on the court. 32-18, 6:36 to go in this first half from Target Center for the state 4A championship. back on 45 on Championship Saturday here. The Hopkins line mixing it up a little bit. And for good reason. The team leading 32-18 in this one, and they have the ball back now, so they'll bring it up in the hands of Taylor Anderson, the 5'7" junior with 4 points so far in the game. And she spots Livingston open down low, then back out to Coffey. Anderson will bring it back. Sydney Coffey. Anderson, the runner off the glass, too hard. Rebound Antilla. Outlet Morton. Looking at good defense by Anderson, and she sees an opening, runs to the hoop, tries that shot. The rejection underneath is a foul on Nia Coffey as Aquanco went up with it. And the 5'8" senior will go to the free throw line.
Let's see the block up close. It looks like a good block, but my thought is on the block is even if you get the call, you start intimidating people just because you're going to think twice about going in.
Aquanco will try one more time.
One ladies play, one.
Well, they're trying to anything they can do to bring their team a little closer to this Hopkins juggernaut. Nope. Here's Nia Coffey. Sister Sydney, three-pointer on the way right side, rolls off the rim. Look at Nia charging the rim, misses the shot.
Who's going to end up with it?
Jump ball, Hopkins will.
Yeah, it's getting a little chippy out there.
Sydney Coffey will inbound the ball for the Hopkins Royals. Look at Brian Cosgrove's record, over 330 victories for him in what, 13 years. It's pretty impressive.
It's amazing. He's an excellent coach. He's got a great program over there. It's a great school.
Traveling. Osseo basketball. Morton. Livingston right on her. Morton looking to get past. Antilla wide open in that corner. That's a two-pointer for Olivia. Really need to have her involved, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. And on both ends of the court, she's picked up a couple of big rebounds. I like the matchup with her down low against O'Toole.
Traveling Hopkins.
Okay, this is it. This is how you chip away at the lead. 12-point lead for Hopkins.
Aquanco is coming there and working really hard. She'll inbound the ball. Screen on the top, and they can't get anybody free. Now they got a little bit of a problem, and there it is.
That's frustrating.
And Joey's just telling her, just throw it down court if you can't get it in there.
Exactly.
Taylor Anderson now under her own basket will inbound the ball and sees Coffey underneath the basket. The layup won't go. Rebound hauled down by Osseo. There's a nice fast break. Bailey past Coffey, and she put it up against the glass. What a play by Nia Coffey, but a whistle stops play.
Is that possible that she got down there that quickly? Well, look where she is when the ball's thrown. She's like at the half-court line.
Wow. She is going, that motor is going the whole time.
Oh, I thought Bailey had a kind of nice, open, easy layup on that one.
Well, the pass wasn't in full stride either, so she had to kind of wait for it a little bit, but still that lightning speed, and not only that, just the pure hustle. And Nia with the rebound on that missed free throw, but now down to a 32-21 score with under 5 minutes to go.
That's a travel.
Antilla. Morton, lead pass. on its way out of bounds. Nia Coffey, I mean, athletically, we know how gifted she is. But I just admire her hustle.
Yeah, that was impressive. I didn't think she was going to get down there in time.
Anderson across the half line now. The count stops. Spreading out the offense. This is Sydney Coffey. .4:19 to go. Hopkins setting up their offense. Not quite as quick as we've seen them all night long. Anderson's open. Shot. No good. Rebound. Battle for. They roll out of bounds. And it's a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Osseo.
Yeah, Hopkins doesn't take a long time setting up their offense. They like to push you on pressure defense and then get back in transition.
Quickly down court. Michaela Bailey going to take it all away. Pressure. Shot was missed. Anderson falling. Controls her dribble. Gets it right back to Hudson. Here comes Sydney. Coffey back to Anderson. And we'll back it up just a touch. Starks. Nia Coffey. Sydney Coffey. A little spinorama. Got a little far underneath the basket. Gets her own missed shot. And now she pushed off. That'll be an offensive call.
Yeah, that was a good call. That was a good hustle by Nia Coffey. I mean, by Sydney Coffey.
Timeout. Sydney has picked up her third foul. She'll take a little break. 32-21. Hopkins with the lead. And is brought to you by Tria Orthopedic Center, bringing innovation to patient care for extraordinary results. Getting their money's worth here at the Target Center tonight.
Osseo wants to get down on offense. They want to move quickly because you have to under this defensive pressure, but you don't want to force it. So they just need to look for their best shot. And turning the ball over like that just plays right into the hands of this Hopkins team.
Livingston with a basketball now. Bailey will pick her up, and Livingston trying to get it down to that corner. Does to Starks. Running the baseline. The spin move is up, and a whistle and a travel.
Pace of the game has slowed down quite a bit here the last couple minutes, and that actually helps Osseo if they can get into halftime.
With the basketball, Hopkins on the turnover, 32-21. Royals have the lead. Osseo's had a couple opportunities to kind of get back in this thing and unable to get down there and get the hoop. Anderson. Livingston. This is Nia Coffey. The freshman TT Starks. Livingston can take it right to the hoop. Boy, she was determined.
Just so many different options. Now Livingston's getting into the game. Has a nice lay-in.
Morton, sharp pass down to Webb. Maybe too tough, but they keep control of it. Morton, the jump shot is short. Nia Coffey, the rebound. Here she goes. She's got Starks in front of her. Tipped off nicely by Morton. Starks comes up to retrieve the basketball.
You know, Osseo's getting a little tired. You can see that right now.
Taylor Anderson.
They got to send some rebounders down low, though. The last possession, it was all white and blue under the basket.
36-21. Osseo. Antilla gets the ball. Nice drive to the basket again.
That's been working for him from the beginning of the game.
36-23. You just can't afford a mistake with Hopkins when they give you a couple opportunities. If you don't take advantage of it, it's so quick they can pile it out again. Nia Coffey's shot is short. Good rebound, Anderson. She's on a hot streak. Look at that little dipsy-do.
I like how Antilla just stood still. She wasn't going to go for this whack. They've had enough fouls. You need some help. You got to go to the ball. You got to help your teammates.
Nia Coffey all the way down with that Spalding, but it will not fall. And here comes Bailey's wide open. Look at that. And now the bounce pass is good.
Bailey was like, I'm down here. But it's great hustle by Morton.
38-25. McCullough almost getting that one. But if you don't, Starks is right to the basket.
And one.
Another layup. 40-25 now. Hopkins with the lead, and they go right back to the free throw line.
Splits the defense. Starks.
Jill View is back in there for Osseo. Get a good look at her. Quanco is back in for the Orioles. No good on the free throw, but Nia Coffey, good rebound from that second slot along the lane, and she ends up drawing the foul. This is the 14th free throw of the first half for Hopkins. They've only made 6 of them.
A lot of fouls in the first half of this game.
That one is perfect. Gracia Hudson goes out. Aaron O'Toole comes back in. I don't know how many people on St. Patrick's Day are using that name, Aaron O'Toole. I bet there's a lot more Aaron O'Tooles out there tonight than there really are. And Nia Coffey got both of them. Back to a 42-25 lead now. Almost stolen. Bailey recognizes that her defender has gone and drives in with the basketball. And what's the call? The officials going to confer. It's on Osseo.
And the Hopkins bench is just thrilled with that call. Let's see why they're so happy about this call. Well, it's the right call, in my opinion. She was there. She was set.
30 seconds. Hopkins going to use some time here to just burn up the clock a little bit. Already 42 points in the first half. Little catch down to 17. Starks, Anderson. The defense will come way out on top, and there's a foul with 11 seconds left on a Quanco. So in a bonus situation where they've been for a while.
Yeah, they have.
Osseo has shot 8 free throws, and they've made 4 of those. Taylor Anderson, 8 points in this first half. 0 for 2 from the line. Averages 8 points per game. 11 seconds left. And the pressure won't let off by Hopkins. This is Michaela Bailey. Taking her time. 6 seconds at midcourt. Down to 4 now. Trying to get the shot off the buzzer. There it is. Up and in. And Osseo scores on Io Port's shot at the buzzer. And both teams will head into the locker room and have a little chat about what's going on, with Hopkins leading 43-27. Wow, 43 points in that first half for the Royals. And we'll watch that shot, and then we're going to head on down to Torrey, who's going to be talking with Brian Cosgriff, the head coach for the Royals. Torrey?
Yeah, with Brian Cosgriff right now. Osseo hits a 3 to go up 13-11 in the game, and since then you've blown it wide open. How did that happen?
Well, we got to keep playing D, and you know, we keep attacking the basket. And feel like if we can play a full court game, we'll be okay.
We saw Nia Coffey nearly jump out of the gym getting back here, making a real athletic play to make a block. What's it been like, since this will be the last half of basketball, the 2 Coffey sisters play together? What's it been like to coach them?
Well, she jumps out of the gym, and they called it a foul, so it didn't really look, I mean, it wasn't that good. You know, it's awesome to have the coffee system. We got another half of basketball we got to worry about. And this game's far from over.
What are you going to talk to the kids about in the locker room?
Stop fouling. Fouls negate hustle, all right? And we got to quit sending the foul line.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Brian Cosgriff working on another title here.
All right, there goes the coach into the locker room in the Target Center. We'll take you through some of the highlights of the first half here on Channel 45 on this broadcast on a championship Saturday in downtown Minneapolis.
Leads Osseo 43-27 at halftime of the 4A championship game. Osseo hanging in there early, Jenny.
They are, and you know, mostly Olivia Antilla. She's got such a soft touch, and she's been able to score.
It was 13-all at one point, Marissa, but then Hopkins unleashed a 17-0 run.
You know, Hopkins is shooting 52% from the field, so virtually half of the shots they put up they're making. That's tough to beat.
And it hasn't just been the Coffees. It's been a total team effort so far with Nia Coffey. What a take right there. I've actually been watching her shot selection throughout the course of the game. And as you look at this, Marissa, what does this tell us at all? I mean, she isn't as on as she usually is, but still, all told, is having a pretty good game.
She's not as on, but you can tell that she's a versatile player. She's shooting from outside. She's shooting from inside. She is left-handed, so you can see that she does favor the left side of the court a little bit more than the right side.
All right, and you saw the one block. And Jenny, you even said that she had the block where she caught up from half court. You said you're not sure you've ever seen a play quite like that.
No, I haven't. I mean, most kids would just let that wide open layup happen. And Nia Coffey chases her down from half court and almost makes the most spectacular block ever.
Let's look at the statistics from the first half. The Stats All Day All Tournament brought to you by Century College. Invest wisely. Invest in yourself. Century College. Jenny, your thoughts?
Well, the thing that stands out to me is rebounds. And what doesn't show on there is that Hopkins has 9 offensive rebounds and Osseo only has 3. So that's an additional 6 opportunities to score.
All right, the second half lies ahead. Osseo hoping to rally Hopkins, hoping to clinch back-to-back titles. We'll see what happens as the second half approaches. But for now, we go to Leah B. Olson at Trio Orthopedic Center to learn more about the complicated issue of growing pains.
Waters with me, and Joey, what did you talk to the kids in the locker room about?
You know, we talked about our game plan again. When we executed and we did transition defense, when we attacked the basket, we were successful, and we kind of got away from that. And so we just need to get back to that to come back in the game. We'll be fine.
All right, we appreciate it. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Osseo head coach Joey Waters. Dave, looking for a big comeback. Get back into this contest.
Well, Osseo's already out on the court here, ready to rock and roll. They had a great start to this game, Leah, and then all of a sudden that phenomenal run that Hopkins went on and just kind of took the wind right out of their sails.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what adjustments each team makes in the second half. Obviously, Hopkins up by quite a bit, but Brian Cosgriff said he wanted to make some adjustments. And Osseo would love to see them do what they did early, having Olivia Antilla just touch the ball on every offensive set.
Give and go. Sydney Coffey's shot, no good. Travel.
And I agree with Brian Cosgriff when he talks about no more fouls.
In the backcourt. Quickly up. Bailey. Webb. Bailey saving it from over and back and then can't. And Osseo self-destructing on that play.
These are unforced turnovers.
TT Stark, she is just a freshman. Will inbound the ball, had 4 points in that first half for Hopkins, but instrumental in so much of the playmaking. Anderson. Hard to find anybody in Hopkins that didn't play well in that first half when you pop in 43 points. Little catch, little patience here. Anderson right to the basket. That layup looks like it probably might have been blocked by Io Port. Now is knocked out of bounds. There she is. Hopkins basketball coming into this 29-1. Just one single loss earlier this year. They've gotten revenge on that one against Wayzata, and I don't think they've had a close game since.
Yeah, and talking to some folks at Hopkins, that Wayzata loss was the best thing that happened to this team because they were so angry afterwards.
Sydney into Gracia Hudson. High pass to Nia Coffey. And she reaches up to grab it and puts a shot in for the first bucket for Hopkins of the second half.
Great pass by Hudson, and she's able to do that because Coffey is so athletic. She can jump up and get that nice high pass.
And Bailey with the basketball. This is Webb, guarded by Coffey. A quick first step, and the runner off the glass is too hard. Here comes Hopkins. Coffey will push it up. And tied up by Bailey. And the possession arrow goes to Osseo.
Possession. Osseo.
Orioles with the basketball now, trying to get something going, get some buckets in here, and try to cut this gap in the state championship game. Not a large room for margin of error here against this Hopkins squad. McCullough in the corner, cross baseline pass, back out to Bailey. The long-range three will not go, and here's Sydney Coffey trying to get loose and fouled in the backcourt by Michaela Bailey. Good look at Sydney right there. 45-27, 16-20 to go in the game. Girls State Basketball Tournament. Been a fun weekend with all this commemoration and all the banners that you see out here on Block E as you're downtown over on Hennepin Avenue. You'll see them again next week celebrating the boys' celebration of 100 years of state tournaments here, basketball tournaments in high school level in Minnesota. Starting with that first championship won by Boston, Minnesota.
I think some of the teams that we've seen in this tournament, Dave, will probably be going down as some of the best ever.
A shot for three and a foul. Phyllis Webb picks up the foul after Sydney Coffey connects for her 12th point, and a chance now to 4-point play.
This Hopkins team, they're just a well-oiled machine. A nice look. Sydney Coffey. Nice stroke, gets herself to the free throw line. Just smart basketball.
Yeah,
they had that sign ready?
They might be Coffee for 4 here. They might be able to invite one more person. 49-27. Morton up to Webb. Webb sees an opening over Hudson. The shot might have been deflected a little bit by Gracia. Anderson. Great vision down court. Sees Starks coming in on that left side baseline and attacks it, and they score. Osseo down in a hurry. Morton falling down, throws the ball up, and Janae's got her 6th point.
Yeah, and she's really working hard out there. Janae Morton, the 5'9" junior, really trying to make something happen.
Nia Coffey stripped to the ball. Bailey frustrated with the call.
And this is how Hopkins does it. They started off with their defense, and then they pushed the ball down the court in transition basketball. That was T.T. Starks.
Coach Cosgriff. Nia Coffey, 14 points, and that one a little bit off the mark from the free throw line tonight. She's been there a number of times. She is 5 of 7. One more shot for the southpaw, who, by the way, is a junior. She's back next year for Hopkins. Osseo against that full court pressure. Ball knocked loose by the Royals again. Here's Nia with it, trying to get through traffic, and then she's fouled from behind by Aquanco of Osseo.
Osseo foul, Aquanco, number 3, her second, 14th foul on the Orioles.
Trying to win back-to-back state titles. Hopkins with the basketball and a big lead, and just a pass from the corner into a moving Gracia Hudson. Gracia has 5 points in the game, and Hopkins continues to add to that total.
Yeah, Hopkins is really doing it exactly how they want to on both ends of the court.
Morton's shot will not fall. Timeout on the court. 14:40 left in this one. Hopkins with a commanding 54-29 lead. Saw him earlier out here on Hennepin. Asked him to come in and do a graphic for us.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Didn't know we had that cool graphic.
Trust me, there's a lot more of them out there outside the Target Center right now. It's a wild night in the Twin Cities. Antilla with the drive.
Yeah, nice little spin move.
Coffee down in a hurry. Anderson will just bring it back out and set it up now. Starks. Pick the foot up. Yep. 2 officials calling that one. Ron Alston, Ron Baxter, MJ Wagonson are officials here tonight for Championship Saturday on 45. Osseo's got a 2-on-1 break. McCullough's going to take it all the way down and go over to the right side and hit a block from behind.
The left side was wide open for her.
Foul on Nia Coffey. Osseo has the basketball, 54-29. Underneath, Antilla gets her defense in the air and then draws the fall. No, she traveled, stepped before she got that shot off. Sydney Coffey in the backcourt looking at some pressure now by the Orioles.
I'm sure these Osseo Orioles have to be exhausted as they're trying to push it and keep up defensively.
Little collision on that rebound. Anderson picks up the foul as she came in from the side and bumped that Orioles. So the Orioles will inbound the ball underneath the basket. Colleen McCullough will look at full court pressure again from Hopkins. That's Antilla to Morton. Morton's really pushed by Anderson again. Brian Cosgrove not happy with what happened on that play. He told us at halftime he didn't want him falling, and he's telling Taylor run with her, not into her.
Yeah, you really, I mean, that's tough, and we've seen that with a lot of teams in this tournament when you play that type of defense where you're right on them, you're face guarding them, you want to body them up, but you got to take a step back.
Inbound pass coming from Osseo until it comes out to get it. Gracia Hudson out on her. Gracia's going to Vermont to play next year. The drive by the Orioles will not go in again. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Osseo. It's a Quanco that tipped the ball out of bounds. So Nia Coffey will inbound the pass. She has 15 points tonight for Hopkins. Last year's championship game, she had 12. Her sister Sydney had 18. There's a travel again. We're having a hard time playing about 30 solid seconds without a whistle.
The flow of this game in the second half is slowed way down.
Orioles trying to get it through. They don't have much time now. They finally cross. Morton has it. Port into the lane, and the shot is up, and another stoppage of play on a foul down low. Michaela Bailey will get ready to come in.
By the look on Cosgrove's face, you would think he was the one down. Not pleased with all the fouls.
Port has 2 points in the game, the sophomore. They'll line it up here. Got it. More of those bright orange kicks. You know, I've seen some of these uniforms. Baylor and Louisville come out with these really bright neon colors. Oregon. And I look at those shoes, and I just wonder at what point next year or the year after we'll see like that brilliant orange off Osseo or someone like that.
Yeah, those are flashy. Maybe it makes you run faster.
I don't know, but
yeah, some of them are just sticking with the good old-fashioned black and white Nikes.
Yeah, we've seen this is the most colorful shoes I've seen in a tournament ever. That's Anderson's shot. Hudson right there to haul it down.
Yeah, who had the bright yellow ones? We've seen pink. We've seen bright yellow.
De La Salle had some good-looking bright gold ones.
That's right.
Pink. A couple of the Richfield players had pink. Or De La Salle. Antilla is fall. It will be Hopkins basketball. Anderson looking at a trap. She gets rid of it, recognizes it. That's Livingston. Oh, she kept that pivot. I don't know how she did that. Sydney Coffey, that she likes that spot out there. Won't drop this time. Hudson again off the board.
Once again, nothing but blue and white all around the basket, waiting for the rebound.
58-30. Hopkins with a 28-point lead. Keep in mind, 35-point lead in its running time. Hopkins did that in the game yesterday. Orioles shot is off again. Gilview can't find the handle and quickly down on a nice fast break. TT starts.
Wow. 5'9" freshman is looking good in this game.
A 30-point difference right now. Bailey. Ball tipped up by Livingston. Great anticipation on those passing lanes by Hopkins.
Not a lot of weaknesses on that Hopkins team.
No, and Osseo came out really with a nice game plan and got the early lead. But boy, once Hopkins went on that crazy run and then their defense takes over and then you got turnovers, so the transition game is impressive.
Yeah, well, it just wears you down, and it wears you down on both ends. They're just so consistent and good on both ends of the court.
There's his view. 60-33. Royals with the lead and the ball. Anderson going to back it up a little bit. Starks looking low. There's Sydney Coffey rather. Sydney Coffey picked up the pivot travel. 60-33. Royals with the lead. Ball will be inbounded by McCullough of Osseo. There to Bailey, who comes up to help her out a little bit. McCullough gets it back. Webb, Phyllis way down deep in that corner. That's a double dribble. Timeout on the court. 60-33. Hopkins with a big lead here in the second half of this 4A championship game. Hopkins has done everything everybody anticipated them to do. That came in knowing how good they are, and they haven't really missed too much. Livingston, Anderson, bringing it back a little bit. Livingston to the basket and powers her way past Antilla. And for Varaya, that's her 6th point. Osseo. Ball tipped up in the air by the tenacious defense of Hopkins. Relentless. Starks. Sydney Coffey. Taylor Anderson. Got herself a little bit of a traffic jam there and got the shot off, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Osseo.
Back in the game for Osseo with number 3.
Aquanco. This game's got a ways to go, Leah, but this Hopkins squad you got to consider is one of the better ones we've seen in many years as well. They rank right up there with a lot of them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about today. Some of these teams in here, De La Salle, Hopkins, they're going to go down. I think when we look back 10 years from now as some of the best teams that we've seen in the tournament. They're so strong. They have so few weaknesses. And these players, especially on the De La Salle team, but have been here for so long.
Foul on Bailey's drive. And it's on Osseo. It's charging.
The foul has been called on Bailey, number 24 for Osseo.
Number 4, Michaela. Oh, 5. That's her 5th. Yep, and 1 off. 5 fouls.
5'9" senior.
It's a big hug from her head coach, Joey Waters. And here comes Hopkins now, leading 64-33. And Taylor Anderson with a trap. Dishes it. The way they recognize that thing, they get rid of it before they're in trouble. The 3 is not going to go that time for the Royals. Rebound hauled down by Phyllis Webb. Webb is a great basketball player. They've done a nice job of negating all of their offensive power for Osseo tonight.
Yeah, I really do like watching Phyllis Webb. She's a great handle on the basketball. She just moves up the court. She's strong, athletic. She's just a real smart player.
Fouls on Erin O'Toole, so Io Port will go to the free throw line. She is 1 of 2 from there tonight. And the sophomore, who averages 4 points a game, is 1 off that average. And a chance to equal it right here. And she does with a nice flick of the wrist. Gets up there very casually and just kind of automatic. Got a nice delivery. And Tilla comes back in. Phyllis Webb will sit down. Phyllis with 2 points. And credit that Hopkins defense. Bailey had 8, but they kept her in check pretty well as well. Good look from Port there at the free throw line. 64-35. 9:07 to go. Sydney Coffey. Taylor Anderson gets past everybody. O'Toole sets up a heck of a screen and just a pickpocket right there. And what a drive to the basket by Aquanco. Very impressive play there for the Orioles.
Yeah, that was really nice. She really was aggressive for the 5'8" senior. Just takes it to the basket. 8:44 left in this game. It's clear Osseo's not giving up. Gets down the court, uses her body well.
Coming up on 8.5 minutes in this game. Hopkins dominating. Starks, the freshman, to Erin O'Toole. She's caught from behind. And she will go to the free throw line. Erin O'Toole will be at North Dakota when she graduates. She's a junior, I believe.
That is correct. She is a junior this year, and that's a nice fit for her, that UND.
She's 6'3". You don't see a lot of 6'3" out here. In fact, she's, I think, our tallest player in the tournament this year, if I remember right. How about Carly Wagner of NRHEG today, hitting 48 points and setting a state tournament scoring record?
It's like, how many chances do you get to do that? She almost did it twice in this tournament. Really neat kid. Neat to see her on our set.
Our milestone of 100 years of basketball tournaments being celebrated not only this weekend, but next weekend with the boys. Special recognition of some of the past achievements and a number of special events, including a really cool display in the Skyway here in the Target Center. You'll notice banners downtown if you're downtown. Things that have happened. There's a little bit on Carly Wagner.
Yeah, how amazing is that? 48 points today versus Pequot Lakes. We got the new scoring champ with Rebecca Dahlman as well. I miss not seeing her on the court. And Maranatha Christian makes 12 three-point field goals. That was fun to watch that game. It was just one after the other after the other. And most of them were probably NBA threes.
Yeah, they did take it from a long way. Sydney Coffey with the basket. This is a longer court, too, isn't it?
That's right. And, you know, most of these players, obviously, you're playing in high school's gyms. You're playing in small gyms that are enclosed. And obviously at Target Center, there's just open air in the back. So it does take some getting used to.
Erin O'Toole She has 4 points in the game. 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Got that ball where she wants it and misses that free throw. 2 of 4 now. 66-37. Coming into the ball game for Hopkins, Brianna Boileau, and Taylor Anderson is out. O'Toole, it's good. 30-point margin right now for Hopkins. That was a nice play defensively by T.T. Starks to alter that pass, and then a heads-up play by Variah Livingston to intercept it.
So for the starters at Osseo, this year they're going to lose Olivia Antilla and Bailey and McCullough, but they'll still have Morton and Webb. We got a lot of nice young players coming up, so they're going to still have a good program over there.
Coach Cosgrove just adding to his resume. Missed free throw. O'Toole with the board. She'll do it again. Still won't go. She'll grab it again. It bounces off a foot. Out of bounds, and it is Hopkins basketball. .37. 30-point lead for Hopkins. We're in the state 4A championship. They've dominated all year long, and they continue to do it in this game here for the state title. Put a little exclamation point on the season. O'Toole again underneath. 7 points in the game for Aaron.
Yeah, O'Toole getting some work in on her low post moves.
Remember, if it's a 35-point difference, it's a running time on the clock.
That's right. That would be the mercy rule.
Antilla, the spinner, falls down. Coffey picks it up. Sees a lead pass there for Livingston. She's got a one-on-one. And with the left hand draws the foul and will go to the free throw line. Coming into the ball game for Hopkins, Alexis Garcia. Good look at Variah right there. She has 6 points in the game. She's a freshman, by the way. There's Coach Cosgrove. Livingston 0 for 2 in the line.
24, Alexis Garcia in for Hopkins.
Quanco comes back in. Attila goes out. Livingston gets the back end of 2. Timeout on the court. 6:59 to go in this game. 70-37. Hopkins with the lead. Tonight's game summary brought to you by Toyota dealers. Visit buytoyota.com today. Find your nearest dealer and check out special offers.
As we anticipated, Nia Coffey having a big game with 15 and 10, but the Royals shooting 52% as a team. And Olivia Antilla has done a lot of work out here today, but the 24 turnovers by the Orioles team has put them in a difficult situation. It's been a hard game for the Osseo Orioles.
Janae Morton dishes it to the corner. Quanco's shot is up and in, and she has 4 points. Royals with the ball. Starks will dish it off. Garcia in there now. Nia Coffey. This is Alexis. Brianna Boileau. T.T. Starks. Garcia. Nia Coffey. Now they'll look to Erin O'Toole, and she goes right to the hoop and puts it up and in. She's been effective when she's been in there. Very efficient.
Yeah, this is going to be good time for her because next year they're going to probably try to work her into the lineup a lot more, and she can get work on her post moves down here and really get some good time.
72-39. Hopkins with the lead. Osseo with the ball in the state title game. Now under 6 minutes to go. Almost knocked loose. Orioles pick it up. Webb's drive to the basket is good. Phyllis has 4. Well, they've really contained her. T.T. Starks, the freshman. Boileau over to Coffee. Garcia working around. Starks. Boileau, Nia Coffee. High pass in the corner. Starks has an open look for 3. That one will not go. Rebound hauled down by Quanco. And the outlet to Phyllis Webb. Coming up on 5 minutes left in this game. Hard, tough pass. Port. Work it around corner. This is Port now. Low post tied up. Gets the ball up to the iron somehow and is fouled by Starks.
Yeah, the MO for this game is if you go into the paint to try to score, you will get fouled. Here's the bench to the Orioles. I have to give them credit. They've been in this game the entire game, rooting on their teammates. And what has been a frustrating game for Osseo.
Port from the free throw line tonight, 3 of 5. 5 points in the games. Olivia Antilla's back in the ball game. Also coming will be Aubrey Colbert. There's Aubrey as she comes in for Jill View. And McCullough's going to come back in. Colleen is in, and out is Aquanco. One more time for I.O. Port. The sophomore gets that one. 72-42. Back to a 30-point spread. Here comes Hopkins. Under 5 minutes now. Garcia. Nia Coffee. Sydney's back in there now for Hopkins. To Nia. Boileau. Sydney Coffee to Nia Coffee, and in the middle to Olivia Antilla. Problem is she's on the other team. Turnover. Here comes Osseo. Antilla. McCullough for 3 from the point. And on the battle for the rebound, a push and a foul. Some tournament attendance numbers for you.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. 55,000.
17 on the Warriors. Anderson back in for Hopkins, number 5.
All of the games in the entire tournament here at Target Center, and
I believe 30,000 of that may have been Richfield.
I was thinking the same thing, and there are 28 buses. That's what's so great about this. You get here for the first time, and the crowd, your community is so excited.
Yeah, they're having a big party right now. Royals charging the basket. Brianna Boileau has got her name in the scorebook. We're at 4 minutes now. High pass to the corner. Shot looks good.
I like the way. Port has been playing in this game.
Port's the leading scorer in the second half.
She's just a sophomore.
For Osseo, that is.
For us.
74-44. Hopkins trying to secure back-to-back titles for the girls program. The boys have also made it to state. We'll see them here at Target Center next Wednesday. Baseline runner, Sydney Coffee. 15 points for Sydney. Antilla sees an opening, runs right to the hoop, puts it up, and then draws the foul.
And I talked to Brian Cosgriff before the game. I said, so what did you say to your teammate, or to the kids before the game? And he said, you know what, I just said this is the last run for us as a team and a family, and so let's just enjoy every minute of it.
Some changes. Erin O'Toole comes back in the game. Coffee sisters go out, as do Brianna Boileau.
There's Sydney Coffee, who's a senior, last game as a Royal. Of course, Neil will be back.
Missed free throw by Antilla. Kendall Raines has come in for Hopkins as well. Here's Coach Cosgrove.
I get the sense, was it Ray Finley who said he had 1 hour of sleep before his team won the championship? I'm wondering how much sleep Cosgrove is going off of right now.
Well, you know, you think about the time you put into that job as a head coach, and every coach out there watching this broadcast knows what we're talking about. Then sometimes you have trouble going to sleep at night because you're thinking about the game coming or what didn't go right the game before. Until it gets another shot is the gist of everything that happened, by the way, there. And Aaron O'Toole gets the rebound on the miss. So Kendall Raines will bring it up forward the Royals. Guarded tightly out there by Jill View. This is Anderson. Boileau. O'Toole has had a strong second half. Missed that shot. And a charge is called on Aaron.
O'Toole is a good player. She's starting. Oh, they're the girls.
Smiles on the Hopkins bench with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go. And tonight's play of the game brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards.
What does Hopkins do better than everyone? Pressure defense. Taylor Anderson is quick. The track star gets it and lays it in. That kicked up 17-0 run.
And Tilla for 3. Off the iron. O'Toole goes down to save that rebound and ends up traveling. With the basketball, Jill View, the 5'7" senior, bounty for her Orioles, 76-46. I want to mention both athletic directors, too, because each school has a good one. Ray Kirch over there at Osseo is terrific, and Dan Johnson, the athletic director at Hopkins. He's all slicked up here tonight in a very fancy gray suit, a little pink on that shirt. Danny's very proud of what's happening over at Hopkins High right now. So two really fine athletic directors, as so many schools have, and they deserve a little credit too. Maybe more than a little. Royals with the basketball way out on top. Rachel Orbuck is now in the game, number 32 for Hopkins. And this will be awarded to Osseo, trailing by 30 points. 2.5 minutes to go here. Kendall Raines is in there. Rachel Orbuck is in there. That's Brianna Boileau for Hopkins. Osseo looking in the middle, and Tilla, nice spinorama right there.
She's going to finish up this game doing just what she did at the start of the game. Playing strong, some great post moves. I really like what this 5'10" senior Olivia Antilia has brought to the Osseo Orioles.
You know what I like about our camera guys? The ball comes right at them, and they just took it one for the team down there underneath the hoop. That's the kind of crew we have.
Yeah, they're good.
110%. They came to film. Orioles with that basketball. Under 2 minutes now in the state championship game. Antilla. McCullough. This will not drop. Hands up high for the Royals. Now down low, and a kerfuffle ensues. And who's going to get the ball? Let's check out your player of the game tonight, brought to you by Warner Stellian. Warner Stellian Appliance, a Minnesota family-owned business since 1954.
Nia Coffey chatting with her sister Sydney in her last game together. Nia Coffey's the player of the game.
Well, now I want to know what they're talking about, that she stopped talking all of a sudden. With that free throw, Alexis Garcia has her name in the scorebook with 1 point. And a whistle and timeout called for by Joey Waters. She'll make some more substitutions, give some folks some playing time here in this final quarter of the state championship. And then we'll hear who the all-tournament team is here in this tonight. After the game is over, we'll have the awards ceremony. And we'll watch Brian Cosgrove smile in the huddle. Somebody get a picture of that. You don't see that very often. Look at that.
There's a minute 40 left.
I think he's got kind of a grin with the minute 40. That's impressive there. Look at that. Okay, let's get rid of that grin. There we go. Back to action.
Back to business.
What a coach. What an impressive coach. 330-plus wins, and he's going to add another state title here in a minute and a half. Missed free throw. And here comes Osseo. Still trying hard, still out there trying to make something happen. A three-pointer looks pretty darn good. Aubrey Colbert hits it. And quickly a timeout is called. And look at that. They don't look like they're losing by nearly 30 points, do they? Hugging each other, some smiles down there. They're in a state championship game out of the Northwest Suburban.
I like the attitude, appreciating the experience.
That's what happened earlier today on Championship Saturday in 45.
Maranatha came back and got another one. Providence Academy got theirs. De La Salle came back and got another one. And Hopkins just about to get theirs.
We'll be back here next weekend with the boys, too. I just would encourage you just to start thinking about some of your favorite high school memories, and then you can look at the lists that are put together for the top 5 players and plays and coaches, and then you can kind of compile your own list. It really makes for fun talk at a tournament. I just remember as a kid, you know, and growing up watching these games, and you couldn't wait to see an Oberding show up to see how big he really was and how good he was, or you couldn't wait to see, you know, a Janet Carvin show up or a Kelly Skalicki because you'd heard so much about him. And this year a little bit maybe, you know, Carly Wagner, you hear about her, nobody'd seen her. That's part of the magic of these high school tournaments. And so you'll think back to people that you might, you know, be toying with in your mind. The Kevin Lynch's and Mr. Nessler down there at St. James made that great shot. And Lingenfelter and McHale, and it's a long list. Osseo at the free throw line. But it's just kind of fun because we all have different opinions, I think, on who we think was the best. And always it usually is from our generation or whatever. Whenever you grew up, you think that's where the best player was.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. That's what you've seen. That's what you know the best.
Brianna Jones hits 1 or 2 there for the Orioles. Into the ball game now. Maddie Malone down there along with Belinda Cadet.
Substitutions for Osseo in the game, number 15, Stephanie Holmes.
Brianna Jones will inbound the ball. Courtney Calkins in there, and now Courtney will take a break on the bench, and coming back in will be Katara Etheridge. The line was T-bone. How about that? 77-52. Hopkins with the basketball. Ball stolen from Molly O'Toole. The shot on the way for the Orioles off of the hands of Maddie Malone with 50 seconds to go, and a whistle stops play at the end of that. Look at there.
Just laughing and having fun.
O'Toole will toss the ball in. Picked off by the Orioles. Can't hit the layup. Brianna Jones with a good defensive play, and now another tie-up. Possession arrow goes to Osseo. Sarah Westman is in there for Hopkins. Alexis Morn is in there for Hopkins. So is Aslan Cornell.
So when Hopkins finishes it up here in 43 seconds, and this tournament will have had 3 repeat champions, Dave.
Kayla Lindquist is in there for Hopkins. There's a foul, and going to the free throw line will be Maddie Malone. Look at that smile. Look at that. State championship game. Now she's going to focus on that shot. Maddie with those bright orange kicks.
Quite pleased there. You got to love that.
Look at that. Maddie Malone. The smile of the tournament. Charming all of TV land after she hit that shot. One more time. Maddie. Nicely done. 77-54. Hopkins with the basketball. Alexis Morin. They get it down court, and there's Maddie Malone picking it off. And then a foul, and Maddie's going to go back down and stand at the free throw line again.
Wow.
She's become the star of the last minute here. Look at that is just a charming smile.
She came to play the last couple seconds of this game. I love it.
Well, it's probably the way we all should be. Just enjoying things.
Well, I know you enjoyed this tournament, Dave.
Well, it's just fun to come here, Leah. I mean, you'd come and you'd watch it, and you'd be here anyway, and might as well work.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's just fun, but we got a great crew. And people wonder about these crew. These guys are doing professional games, and that's why they give you some great angles and the replays. They know exactly what they're doing. Maddie Malone, 3 out of 4, and she's going to go out of the game. And look at the high fives. She gets on the bench.
She's in her glory.
Into the ballgame, Stephanie Holmes, stolen by Osseo. 30 seconds to go. Three-pointer on the way, a little too hard. Scramble for the basketball, hauled down by Courtney Calkins. And he'll bring it back out to the top. There's a good open look for 3. Not going to go, though, off the hand of Calkins. Osseo gets the ball back, and it's going to roll out of bounds. And it'll be awarded to Osseo with 13 seconds left. Leading by 22 points. Look at Maddie over there. She's...
She is in her heyday right now.
How can you not like her? Kayla Lindquist. Stolen by Osseo's Stephanie Holmes. One shot before the buzzer. Not going to go. It's over. State champions in 2012 in 4A. Once again, the Hopkins Royals. To 55. Lots of smiles at the end of this game by both teams. Last year, Hopkins had a great effort to win it by a score of 67 to 45, and this year 77 to 55. So
yeah, they sailed right through this one. An amazing team.
Well, it's come to an end here for games, but we still have some post-game activity. We invite you to tune in here. Chris and Marissa and Jenny will have the post-game show coming up. Tori will be talking to players and coaches. And we'll get ready for the awards to be presented here by the Minnesota State High School League, who do just such a nice job. Hats off to Lisa Lissamore, who's been in charge of this tournament. And I know a little extra pressure only because you have that celebration, but I think she should feel pretty good about what she did with her crew.
Yeah, they put on a great tournament, and it has been fantastic, and the displays and everything they've done. I love it.
Let's go down to David Giles on the PA for the awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to begin our awards ceremony. At this time, we will present the 10-member Wells Fargo All-Tournament team, chosen by members of the Minnesota Girls Basketball Coaches Association. These students have distinguished themselves by their athletic excellence, leadership, team commitment, and exceptional sportsmanship. Presenting the trophies for the Wells Fargo All-Tournament team at center court is Darren Zielsdorf, assisted by Dave Stead, Executive Director of the Minnesota State High School League. And now, the 2012 Class 4A Girls Basketball All-Tournament team. From Eastview, guard Madison Giebert. From Edina, guard Katie Beth Bewen. From Edina, guard M.C. McGrory. From Osseo, guard, Michaela Bailey. From Osseo, forward, Phyllis Webb. From Osseo, forward, Olivia Antilla. From Hopkins, guard, Taylor Anderson. From Hopkins, guard, Nia Coffey. From Hopkins, guard, T.T. Starks. And from Hopkins, guard, Sydney Coffey. Please join Wells Fargo and the Minnesota State High School League in congratulating these outstanding student athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2012 Class 4A Girls Basketball All-Tournament Team. In tournament action earlier today at Concordia University in St. Paul, the Class 4A fourth place trophy was awarded to Eastview High School. Bronze medals in the Class 4A third place trophy were awarded to Edina High School. Congratulations to our Class 4A third and fourth place teams for an outstanding state tournament. At this time, we'd like to present the second place trophy and medals. The award ceremony will be conducted by members of the Minnesota State High School League Board of Directors. They are Scott McCready of St. Charles and Mindy Sparby of Belle Plaine. They are assisted by the tournament director, Lisa Lissamore, and by Dave Stead, executive director of the Minnesota State High School League. Silver medals in the Class 4A second place trophy will be awarded to Osseo High School. The silver medals will now be presented to each team member. Please step forward to receive your medal as your name is announced. Number 3, Annalie Okonkwo. Number 10, Courtney Height. Number 11, Maddie Malone. Number 12, Colleen McCullough. Number 13, Janae Morton. Number 15, Stephanie Holmes. Number 20, Belinda Barfneck. Number 21, Phyllis Webb. Number 22, Jill View. Number 24, Michaela Bailey. Number 25, Aubrey Colbert. Number 31, Brianna Jones. Number 33, Jackie Jones. Number 43, Courtney Calkins. Number 45, Io Port. Number 50, Katera Etheridge. Number 52, Olivia Antilla. Number 55, Haley Swanson. Student manager, Annie Chauvin.
Thank you.
Student manager, Sierra Fineday. Assistant coach, Eric Ruska. Assistant Coach John Reeser. Head Coach Joey Waters. And now, will the captains of the Osseo team please come forward to receive the Class 4A second place trophy. Congratulations to Osseo High School. Second place, Class 4A girls basketball for 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2012 Minnesota State High School Class 4A girls basketball.
Back out and claim that nylon for their trophy case. I'm sure the players keep a piece for their own scrapbooks they'll hang on to with memories of the state championship that they won here at Target Center today. We'll wrap things up here for Championship Saturday. I'm Chris Long, Jenny Johnson, Marissa Layton. This last game, the 4A game, Hopkins and Osseo. Osseo did what they could, and it was a noble effort, but Hopkins is just the class of the state this year.
You know, they showed why they were ranked #1 the entire year. And Osseo, bless their heart, they came out, they gave it all they got, and Hopkins prevailed.
Marissa, we saw the only team that beat Hopkins all year, Wayzata, and so what does Hopkins do? They come back in the section final and beat them soundly to get revenge for that. So definitely, like I said, the class of the state this year.
Richard Coffey, the father of Sydney and Nia, said that Wayzata beating Hopkins was the best thing that could happen to this team. We saw them firing on all cylinders tonight.
Let's show you how they did it. It looked like we were going to have a close game early. Osseo stuck with Hopkins. It was tied at 13 early on, and then Hopkins kind of took charge. But Osseo did early on. Jenny, looked like they were going to keep us on the edge of our seats.
Yep, they came out of the gate hot and ready to roll. You know, but I think Hopkins just wears you down over time. And as the game goes on and the game wore on, Hopkins eventually took the lead.
And Marissa, looking at the stats, I think Hopkins probably their 52% shooting. That might have been the best of anybody in the tournament.
That was a fabulous effort shooting. They out-rebounded Osseo by over 20 rebounds. Really, really great stat.
Full team effort. We saw the Coffey sisters. Tori talked to them, helping lead the Royals to the victory. The statistics brought to you by Century College. Invest wisely. Invest in yourself. Century College. And it wasn't just about that shooting percentage, Jenny. I mean, Hopkins across the board won this game soundly.
Oh, yeah, it was phenomenal. If you cover up the left side of the screen, Osseo looks like they had a really great game. The problem is they ran into Hopkins.
Yeah, Marissa, what was the real key for Hopkins? I mean, other than the numbers we're seeing here, what do you think really brought them to the championship?
You know, Jenny mentioned it. It's their defense. Their defense just wears you down. You think you can stick with them, and then the second half comes around. You just don't have the energy to do it anymore.
All right, we'll reflect on our 4 champions that were crowned today at the end of the girls' basketball season. Our final segment, so we show you those banners. Only have to change one of them up there in the rafters at Target Center. Only one new champ. We'll review Championship Saturday after this.